So there are a lot of people also in my comments saying that it doesn't matter what was mistranslated or what was misinterpreted. The stories portray the same concept. And this never really made sense to me because as somebody who studied language, I've studied Spanish, I know that there are Spanish terms that cannot be translated to English and vice versa. You have to use context and you have to know the language to be able to fully make sense of the sentence. And sometimes it's still not accurate. I currently live in a foreign country. I live in Turkey and they speak Turkish. Sometimes translating Turkish to English and English to Turkish, things get lost in translation because they don't have similar words. Sometimes they don't even have similar phrases that we do and vice versa. And a good example of this is how many people think that being a part of the LGBT community is a sin. Now, there are people on this forum and in general who believe that it's not really about LGBT being a sin. It's about pedophilia being a sin. Those are two totally, completely different things. And how one word can change a whole meaning of what is considered a sin is actually very crazy. Because now some people are being told that they're going to be condemned for the people that they love. When in actuality, it probably means fucking pedophilia. And if that minute detail can change pedophilia to homosexual relationships, what else has been changed or mistranslated? How would we know? And even a better example is text messages. We in modern day time know that you can mistakenly read a text message in a different tone than it was actually sent. From your profile picture, you look like a black man. You know that the term "you good" can mean so many different things depending on the context. I can ask you, "You good?" as if, "Are you okay?" I can say, "You good?" like I want to fight you. And I can say, "You good?" as in, "Don't worry about it," or "I got it." Those two words alone can have a plethora of different meanings depending on the tone and context that I'm using it in. So when you have a book that is written in metaphors that has been translated multiple times through different languages who probably don't have some of the same terminology as other languages do, and has been interpreted by people who may not interpret things the way that I do and the way that you do, you have confusion. Because how do we know that they were correct? How do we know that I am correct? How do we know that you are correct when you are reading this text? You don't, because there is no how-to guide. There's no real way on reading it. You just interpret it the way that you interpret it. And if I don't have the resources to research what this may mean, then how do I know what it may mean? If I can't pick up the book and read and know exactly what God wants me to do and what he says and what the story means, then it isn't a very effective book and I don't want to read it. But as a person who has read a lot of it, I still don't agree with it. And using metaphors, as I said, is just dumb. The whole thing is dumb.